Welcome back to another video on Palantir. Guys, my levels act perfectly. Go ahead and check out the video I'm going to pin up at the top. It goes over, how I trade these levels. And yes, I trade these levels. I only traded these levels for the past week. I'm going to continue to do so because I think there's a lot of opportunity. With that said, go ahead and check out the video and we'll dive right into the analysis. So you can see here, this trend line, this descending trend line, we tried to break out of it earlier last week, actually the week before, and just failed right back under it. We got a clear breakout on Wednesday of last week with, I would say, a retest of it, and then now we're moving higher. Now, there's a couple other things to keep in mind. Let's open up our simple moving averages. Where we found resistance on Friday of last week was right at the 50. I mean, you could see just a perfect touch of it, and then it rejected. But I'm not too concerned about that for a short-term move up higher. Earlier in the week, we actually did get a bounce off of the 100-day simple moving average. It was in the after hours and pre-market hours between Monday and Tuesday. It was a violent decline down to that level with some incredible buying pressure that brought us back up on Tuesday. Now, another reason why I think that we are probably going to see a little bit more upside is if we open up this Fibonacci retracement from this low to the all-time high, you can see that we just reclaimed the golden pocket being the 618 and the 615, the 618 and the 65 Fibonacci retracement levels. Before I get into like a long position, if we open up within this range or even below or above, I want to see some kind of either retest of it or a reclaim retest. Could look anything like that, but that's what I'm looking at for any upside. I do think we're going to get some upside, at least to the 20-day simple moving average, just a retest of that before we see any more downside. Now, I think if we do get our way back up to the 20-day simple moving average, that's going to have a lot of confluence with this little range here. This range is between $90 and let's call it $90.75. It's kind of a small range, but by the time we get up there, the 20-day simple moving average is going to be somewhere within this range. And, if we're looking for rejection, it's possible it happens there. It doesn't have to. If we clear above that range and the 20-day simple moving average, we got this big area right here. I mean, it's not a whole lot of structure in between these two areas. So it's kind of, there could potentially be some nasty price action between this range here. This range is between 95.75 and 101.30, let's call it. I mean, for the short term, what I'm looking at immediately is just a golden pocket of this bullish Fibonacci retracement. That golden pocket is from 85 to 87. I'm not going to draw this zone here on my chart. You can if you want to. I'm honestly just going to leave the Fibonacci retracement tool on there, and I'll just keep in mind what those levels mean to me. This is a smaller time frame. You could see it on a larger time frame, so let's actually move up to the 15-minute. You could see a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here. And let me turn off the extended trading hours and let's go to regular trading hours. You could still see it. Normally if I couldn't see this without having extended trading hours open, I would not really be too, excited about it. But the fact that I could see it while the regular trading hours without extended trading hours is open, it kind of gets me a little excited for it. So yeah, you got your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder. I guess it would be opposite since we're looking at this upside down. But with that being said, let me draw out the potential measured move. Now again, this measured move would be different if we had extended trading hours open, because on Monday and Tuesday we did dip lower, so that would make the head a little bit taller. But let's just do this with regular trading hours. So from the top of the head to the neckline, we'll kind of split the difference here. We'll call the neckline that right there. Let's make this vertical. Boom. All right, so we'll call our neckline right here. And then we'll go ahead and put this at the neckline. That suggests a potential move back up to the $95 area. And if we open up our zone here, that does kind of coincide with that. It does fall a little bit short, but we're looking for a little bit of confluence here. It doesn't exactly have to be perfect. So if you're a believer in astrology, you like your patterns and stuff like that, you like lining up the dots, this would be something to look out for. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and add this as a new level, 84.52. It might be one that I already kind of have. Let's see, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I have one at 85.22. So If we go ahead and move this up to 85.22, that just about gets us up to this upper bound here. Okay, and then let's say hypothetically we do manage to break up and we do fulfill this inverse head and shoulders here. Let's look at where we could potentially reject. So, not that one. So with this Fibonacci retracement here, I don't have the golden pocket drawn out on this one. The golden pocket would be, up here in this area. I definitely would be looking out for failure up there. The question is if we can get back up there. The market's been kind of crazy lately, and there's been a lot of faking out going on. I just realized, I keep forgetting that I have this channel drawn out here. Kind of the idea that we should be careful up in this zone here, again from like about $100 to let's say 95.80. This is where the top of the channel of this channel is going to be, maybe a little bit higher, but I would just really keep an eye out on that level, probably more so the $100 level. Watch for potential rejection there. If you're looking to build a long position, obviously waiting for price to get up here might not be the best idea, but make your best judgment. I added a couple more ranges since the last video, but most of these were provided to you in the last one. I'll give you my levels as well. A lot of these levels coincide with the ranges. If you're looking for downside, let me open up this fib again. If you're looking for downside right now, we're obviously going to need to fail this golden pocket, with the lower bound being at $85 and upper bound being at 87. And if we fail 85, we're going to need to see clear failure of the lower bound of this range here at 84. And then below that, we have this newer range that I added, which was between 82.50 and 82. And then, of course, we're going to need to ultimately fail the $80 level again. And I think if we fail the $80 level in the shorter term, that definitely confirms a move lower, possibly down to the 200-day simple moving average, which is down here in the blue. Now, currently, this is sitting around $52. It's possible that we get that low, possible we even get lower. Since we had this gap up here on earnings back in November of 2024, we have never filled this gap, and I'm just going to call it 45. This is looking out a little further, but if we start seeing a lot of failure immediately, and we eventually do fail the 200-day simple moving average, I would look at this as very strong support. I mean, this is where we broke out of on earnings, and again, we have not filled that gap since we gapped up there. The way price action has been lately is a little confusing, and let me just show you the monthly chart on Palantir. If that doesn't send you like some mixed messages, go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you think about these two candles. I mean, we have this very ugly monthly candle for the month of February, but then now we're kind of sucking back up here in the month of March. Obviously, we're not that far into March right now, so we still got some time for this to either completely fail again or just to turn, super green. So that's going to do it for the video. If you think I left anything out, go ahead and let me know what you think down in the comments. Go ahead and check out the other videos, mainly the one where I show you some of the trades I took on Palantir this week. I have a shorts on that as well. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.